Hello, Soul Family. It's the Healing Grasshopper here with a pick a card reading. And the question is, what does Spirit want you to know right now? So we have four piles here for you to choose from, each with its own separate message. If you have chosen more than one, I feel it's best for you to listen to the pile that most resonates with you last, so that the message stays with you. So here we have pile number one, which is copper, two, which is bloodstone, three, desert rose, and four, rose quartz. You can pause the video now and choose your piles. Okay, so pile number one, copper. We'll start with the tea leaves. We've got broken wishbone, a wish not granted. Don't panic. Pay attention to your health. Someone is behaving stupidly. Oh dear. Okay. So, this is very interesting now because you your pile is copper here. Along with these, talks about what you are attracting into your life because copper is very conductive. Um, so there have been quite a few readings like this that I've done where, and also the astrology talks about this. And if you don't know about your yearly astrology, I'll link it. Um, I'll attach the playlist somewhere, either in an end screen or in the description below. You'll be able to find it. Um, because the astrology talks about this where um, there's going to be a whole lot of ridding yourself of low vibrational uh, people in your life and bad habits, negative self talk, all that stuff. You just ridding yourself of low vibrational baggage as you move on into a higher vibrational life. Isn't that lovely? That's what most people, I would think, aspire to. Um, but we have some work to do before that. That's all. So this is just talking about someone is behaving stupidly. Goes very well with this copper. It's like, who have you attracted into your life in the past? And, is it time to unstick yourself from these people, to rid yourself of these people? Because they're affecting your health. So, and wish not granted, it has come out somewhat recently in another reading where, and I think these two came out too. But anyway, wish not granted talks about how the universe is trying to get your attention here and telling you that in order for you to get back on track to your life's goals and, your destined blessings, that are your birthright, you're going to need to do some things because you're kind of stuck. Um, and stuck how? The turkey is the key here. These are whatever, low vibrational energy sucking type people that you have in your life that you're going to let go of. And, sometimes it's easier said than done because some of these people you love And some of these people can be very, very close to you. This can be siblings or even parents. But, and I've said many times before, just because these people are family does not mean that you have to put up with them in your life, you know, especially if they're at the point where they're causing you extreme mental anguish that's affecting your health. So, that's of course your choice, but it's something for you to consider. So, what else do we have here? I recognize that I have chosen fear and I choose again. I choose love. Okay? So, it's said that fear is at the root of all low vibrational emotions, right? So, this turkey and cane is talking about that low vibration and how you need to redirect yourself towards love, right? And love is at the core of our blessings and what makes us happy, even if we're talking about financial blessings, right? Because money is not evil. Money is just energy. And money is um, an energy that, and although, of course, money can't buy us love and stuff, throwing some cliches, but um, it can produce some good things in our lives, right? Money can be attached to evil, but money can be the root of love as well. Love being the feeling that it gives you, the feeling that it gives you to be able to pay for um, that exotic trip that you always wanted to go on, that charity that you always wanted to give to, that friend that you always wanted to help, whatever it is, whatever high vibrational thing it is, the spirit is talking about you need to move towards a high vibration and release yourself from this low vibration here. Okay, so I've gotten this card only like once before, and I vaguely remember it was one of these difficult readings. Well, not difficult readings, readings where we were talking about difficult issues. Um, and I remember pulling it out. I was like, oh, that's funny. I've never seen this blank card before. What's this? You know? Um, and at first I was like, why did I pull a blank card? But obviously, as you know, I thought about it for a second and just quieted my mind. This is talking about, duh, a blank slate. Life can be whatever you wish it to be, right? And sometimes when you have people like the turkey in your life, it can kind of make you feel like you're, like, that's just the way life is. Like you're stuck with these people in your life. You're not stuck with these people in your life. You can choose not to have this in your life if you want, and especially again, when I was talking about family members, you can feel very stuck to a family member, but it's all in the way you look at it. You have free will. You don't need to be stuck to them. You can have this blank slate and create something new for yourself. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. So, absolutely, we, and this very much looks like amethyst here, you know, and amethyst is very high vibrational. It can be very cleansing and loving, and it can also lend you manifestation powers as well, which goes very well with these two cards and very well next to this blank slate card. And I always say that the people who are attracted to my readings are, like high level light workers. And some of you are just coming to the realization that you're a light worker. And in being an effective light worker, you're going to need to release yourself of low vibration because your light can't shine in leading others if you have yourself attached to a low vibration. You know, you can't fly if you have a boulder tethered to your foot. So you need to release yourself of that. What else do we have? Messages from the universe. Prioritize self healing right now. Put your needs above others. Wow. Put your needs above others for once. It's time to focus on you. Self healing takes time and a lot of self love. Remember, open wounds don't heal into scars overnight. Take the time you need in order to feel happier and healthier within yourself. There is no rush. Okay? So, very good point, the no rush. You know, I, I don't know whether you guys are listening to this and it's just kind of validating what you already felt about you had to make a change in your life, or maybe that's a revelation in the moment. Um, but either way, that's a good thing. It's going to set you in the right direction, I'm hoping. But be patient with yourself. Don't be like, right, I need to be on the high vibrational path towards my blessings right now. No, you're going to need to pay attention to your health. That self care has got to start first, and there's some repairing you need to do before you're back on track to your wishes uh, being granted and your goals being met. But it's okay to take a beat. Failure, right? So this failure card is about what we were just talking about, prioritizing self-healing and, things that it doesn't have to happen overnight. And it doesn't, and this speaks very much to the wish not granted. And I'm very sure that's how you felt when I took the card out, like, oh, I did something wrong. No, you didn't do anything wrong. This is not your fault. First of all, the universe puts you through adverse situations so that you can learn from them, right? So, by the way, while you're healing and you're doing the self care, you can assess the adverse situations you've been through. And you're going to ask yourself, your higher self, your spirit guides, the universe, what is it that I'm supposed to be learning here? And what lessons do I need to take with me moving forward? So you can rid yourself now of this feeling that you're a failure and you did it wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. Hugs go out to you guys. You know, I know some of you are going through it, but you're going to get through it. It's going to pass. And by the way, briefly about ascension symptoms, I had someone in my in the comments in one of the readings that I did recently, and they were talking about how some days they felt great and they had like this euphoria, and other days they were exhausted and they felt like giving up, And I was like, keep going. You need when you're having those good days, stop and have yourself an exercise in gratitude about it. But then when you're in the lower days, you just remind yourself This is all in my progression towards my goals and my ascension to a higher vibration, because that can produce ebbs and flows like that. And it can also make your body feel funny as well. All sorts of things, fatigue and dizziness, and all sorts of things that people will experience while they're going through their ascension symptoms. So, anyway, what I was trying to say was when you're in those lower, um, when you're feeling the fatigue and feeling like nothing's going right, you have these feelings of failure, you need to remind yourself that it's temporary and it's going to pass, right? Because I know this isn't your first time feeling this, right? You've felt that ebb and flow before, where some days you feel great, other days not so good. Out of nowhere, for no reason, you can feel that way. It's not necessarily like the morning after you have a fight or anything. It could just, everything's fine. And then one day you wake up and you feel, kind of depressed and shitty. Just remind yourself in the moment it's going to pass, just like all the other times. I'm going to get through this. Do something high vibrational. Do something kind for yourself, something that you like to do. Take yourself out to dinner. Uh, take the time out to have a play date with your pet. Take them to the dog park or, even your cat. Take your cat out. There are lots of ways to do that now. Or stay home and I don't have to tell you. You can come up with whatever it is that makes you happy. Um, King of Cups. Very appropriate in this reading. King of Cups is one who, and it's funny that I put him down under the turkey here. King of Cups is one who, um, he shoots straight. He figuratively, of course, he's a straight shooter, is in the way that he see things very clearly and does not allow um, his emotions to cloud his judgment. But at the same time, he is compassionate. He is never spiteful. He is um, mindful of his heart and others. He is one to do the self care, right? So this is one who is rational of mind and heart. He's got a balance between the two. So that's the energy that spirit is suggesting that you take. That'll be the most helpful for you. That's so weird. Okay, I guess the card went back in the deck. That was weird. What else we got? Two of Cups. Instead of focusing on these people who are aggravating you, focus on the people who are supportive in your life, if you have them, and work on nurturing those relationships, and maybe even bouncing your feelings about the turkeys in your life or whatever, getting moral support from them. If you don't have this right now, Spirit is saying that it is coming, that there's some work that you need to do on yourself first before you start attracting this high vibrational relationship, right? But it's like in this, you know, uh, attractive engine that we all have within us, there just needs to be some recalibrating of this attractive engine, because right now we're attracting turkeys. in our life. So we've just got to do the inner work and do that inner calibration so we can start attracting the right people into our life. Or tarot? Yes. How many more you got for us? More than three? Two. Okay. Two more here. And then we'll see if we've got any more advice for you. I look forward to hearing from you guys. I respond to every single comment that I get, and I look forward to engaging with you guys. So you're absolutely welcome to comment. A like and subscribe would also be appreciated. It means a lot to me. And if you like this video, by the way, I have plenty of other videos. I do monthly zodiac readings. Okay. Okay. All righty. This is it from this deck. Two of Swords. It's interesting that there are two twos here. Twos are all about the choices that you make in life. So up here is choosing a higher vibration and a higher vibrational experience with higher vibrational people. And then Two of Swords is about um, having a healthy outlook in life that right now is kind of muddled. You know, your judgment is kind of off right now because you've got a whole lot of things upsetting you right now that are, kind of preventing you from seeing a clear path forward. So, and see how there are these swords crossed on this person's chest. It's like they're kind of paralyzed in what they need to remove from their life, too, which are the turkeys that you're hesitant or don't fully see that there's some taking out of the garbage I talk about a lot in your life. And that can absolutely mean people. So, Seven of Wands here is about taking care of things in your life and prioritizing things and realizing what's important in your life and what's not important, um, what's going to serve you best to heal yourself and move forward, right? This is you taking charge in your life um, to make your life better. So, yeah, that is the message, guys. So, don't forget that your wish, it's not that it's not granted, it's just being delayed. Okay? So, stay with this channel and we can grow together. You're going to get through this. No worries. Everyone goes through this kind of thing in their lives. You'll get past it. Love, light, and many blessings. Okay, for the second card, or the second pile, sorry, which is the Bloodstone. Let's see what we got. The dog, protection from a powerful friend. That's lovely. Great happiness. Beautiful. Good luck. What a lovely reading you have. Very nice. It's very different from the first reading. Okay. So let's talk about the dog. First of all, you are very, very lucky to have someone like this in your life. Sometimes we take for granted the things that we have in our life. I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just bringing it to your attention that not everyone has this, especially not nowadays, because there's how do you put it? There's a current of low vibration going through the world right now, and there are a lot of people who are losing their way in the world and are falling into a low vibration. Let's put it that way. And that there are a lot of people finding themselves having to rid people from their lives. And I've experienced it. I've witnessed it with other people. I hear people talking about it online, people in my comment section. I respond to all of you, by the way, that comments. Your comments are very, very appreciated. Um, but I mean, and there are many people who are left to really start over and they have nobody left. So it's lovely even to have one person here who has your back and is, you know, wanting to protect you and help you is just lovely. So just take the time out to appreciate them. Tell the universe how much you appreciate people like that. Because, by the way, as you continue to thank the universe for the blessings that you already have, it just multiplies your blessings. So, anyway, let's see what we got here. My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. Okay. This is all about what you manifest in your life, which is what I was talking about with the gratitude. If you have gratitude, you'll manifest wonderful things, which is what you're doing. By the way, you are on the road to doing that. You're right now manifesting great happiness and good luck. So who am I talking to? You guys are presently actively manifesting beautiful things. So good for you. That's fabulous. Thank you, universe, for helping me. There's the gratitude. For helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good. Gorgeous. What do we have here? Forgiveness. Yeah. Well, like I said, there are many of us having to deal with people who are struggling, and hurt people. And there are a lot of people who are like I said, falling in their vibration, and they tend to do ugly things, unloving things, you know. And we, higher vibrational people, need to react in a high vibrational way to these actions, not in a low vibrational way. And part of that is forgiveness, which isn't always easy. But for me, it helps to remind myself that they are, kind of behind me in life's progression, in spiritual progression, right? That they're not as further along in their spiritual development as you are. So, and I often make the comparison to an adult and a toddler, right? Are you really going to be angry at something a toddler does? No, because they don't know any better, right? So that's the same thing with these low vibrational people. They're unconscious. They don't know what they're doing. Forgive them, God, for they know not what they do. Jesus absolutely meant that. He was talking about these people who were doing these terrible, terrible things to him because they were unconscious. They have no concept of their actions and how they're hurting others. So we're just going to have to forgive them so that we can move on with our own lives and not carry that low vibration with us. Again, easier said than done, but I hope what I just said helps. Because I have to utilize that myself in my own life. I always have to remind myself. Acceptance. Acceptance of self. Obviously, it's like she's standing in a mirror here, accepting herself, loving herself, but also accepting the unconscious people and all the other low vibrational things that happen in life. This just needs to be an exception all around of life and its ebbs and flows and taking the good with the bad and that kind of thing. Worthiness. I don't get a real feeling that any of you are having problems with self worth, but this talks about connecting with your nature, with who you are, and how you're not perfect and others aren't perfect. The forgiveness, all three of these go very well together, the acceptance and the worthiness. In fact, let's hold on. I have so many texts, I forget where each box is. Just the higher self, oracle. We will read the worthiness page. I don't often read from this book because the cards are so self-explanatory, but I'm feeling drawn to read this worthiness. Here it is. Self-worth is an understanding on an intellectual level, trusting at the heart level and accepting at the soul level that you are worthy just because you believe that you are. Your worthiness is proven by your existence. Your breathing, your breathing. Your worthiness is proven by your existence. Your breathing. Okay. The beating of your heart. Your mere these should be commas and not periods. Your mere persistence is all that is needed to establish your worth. Eon Levin's. Lovely. The presence of this card signals that the deep-seated negative beliefs of self-worth have surfaced in the modern world. Our value is assessed by our appearance, career, social circle, and achievements. What we compare ourselves with others, sudden supposed inadequacies tend to take root in the mind. We create and accept false beliefs about ourselves, which grow and expand in our consciousness, and conclude that we are not good enough or deserving. However, your spirit knows that your true worth supersedes the value judgments of the world. This card is a reminder. Oh, okay, I just felt something just now. This card is a reminder that you are inherently worthy and your value has already been pre-established by the divine. At times, we allow our previous mistakes to define us and prevent us from feeling that we are good enough. Have some compassion for yourself and abstain from tormenting yourself with harmful thoughts. Forgive yourself for the past mistakes and let them go. Substitute the voice of your inner critic with that of the inner cheerleader. You don't have to focus your energy on proving your worth to the people of the earth. You only need to be yourself and love yourself for who and what you are. Remember that you were created out of love and are a being of love. Okay, so I was just reminded by Spirit just now in connecting the worthiness to the dog here. The dog has stepped into your life to help you recover from something. And probably someone who is making you feel unworthy. And here's the Queen of Wands, who is one who is not afraid of hard work, um, but she works hard, smarter, not harder, and she works with a good attitude. And she, does not subscribe to false beliefs and that kind of thing, negative self-talk. So, in saying that, this is what you need to do to move forward is cleanse yourself of the negative talk that you've had in the recent experiences that you've had, a breakup, and some of you abusive relationships, especially verbally abusive relationships, where they really had ways of making you feel small. The Empress. The Empress often comes up in these situations where someone has been wronged and abused and that kind of thing. The Empress brings a message of don't forget, never forget who you are. That the Empress would never allow herself to be talked down to or gaslit. The Empress knows who she is, and there's no one that's going to trick her into thinking otherwise. Page of Pentacles is your good luck here. As soon as there's just like a little bit. The last reading that I did was much heavier, where they have a lot of work to do and self care and stuff. I feel like either you haven't been quite as heavily affected, or you're emerging from a dark night where you're starting to see your path forward. Page of Pentacles and Queen of Wands, where you're like, okay, I'm shaking it off now. I know how to satisfy myself and build this life, this brand new, beautiful life for myself. And stepping back into the role of Empress and knowing who I am and finding my self worth, which is what the Empress is all about. Any more tarot? Okay. Um, any advice cards? No, I think that's it. So we're going to end this with the Empress, guys. Never forget who you are. You are worthy. Love, light, and many blessings. Okay, so for those of you who chose pile number 3, the Desert Rose, let's see what we got. Starting with the tea leaves, we have Camel, preserve, persevere, and you will overcome problems. 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. Bird perched, waiting for news, package or letter. Okay. So you have some things coming to you that will brighten you up, because this is kind of a pick me up from spirit, that you've been through it and you just need some reassurance in this leg of your journey. So I'm glad that you clicked on this. Don't worry, everything you've been waiting for is on its way. Progress is being made, even if you can't see the results. So much is happening behind the scenes for the creation of your dreams. Trust the process. We can be very impatient when we're moving towards our goals, right? And then we forget that, you know how that saying, man makes plans and God laughs, you know? We can be moving towards something, but the universe kind of puts things in front of us on the way so that we can learn from them. We're rerouted to different things, and this is just a time to remind ourselves that we don't always understand why the universe does what it does, but we know we need to remind ourselves that it's for the greater good. And after we remind ourselves of that, we need to take a pause and look around for what it is the universe is trying to tell us and trying to teach us. This stressful situation is almost coming to an end, right? The camel. We are sending positive energy, financial help, miracles, and life changing blessings your way. Wow, guys. What else we got here? Boundaries. Okay. So, there is a reoccurring theme that I don't see changing for the near future, and that is redirecting ourselves, our lives, and recalibrating our energy. I was talking about that in the last reading, where we need to move away from low vibration because there is something that's very apparent to me that's been happening to many, many people, the collective in general, where there is a separation of um, vibrations here, where there are some people who are so unconscious that they are, they're falling in their vibration, right? And it's affecting the ascending people who are moving towards a higher vibration, and where there are many people experiencing throughout the world, the entire collective experiencing um, periods where people, you you can no longer ignore the low vibration in your life, and you have a low tolerance for it in your life as well, and how you start to remove these people from your life. So this is what this boundary is about. This is about you making changes in your life and not allowing these people to wreak havoc in your environment any longer. You know, butterflies need to move away from the caterpillar life. Okay, we're gonna get some clarification here. We'll do a tarot reading. Queen Queen of Swords. It's just what I was talking about. Queen of Swords is does not tolerate what doesn't serve her in her life, and she's very, very quick to remove it. That's what that sword is all about. She will cut out of her life what doesn't belong there. And many, many of us have been living for many years for with people in our lives that have been doing things to damage us. So it's time for us to stop tolerating that, set some boundaries, draw a line in the sand, and say, I am not tolerating this anymore. I don't want this in my life anymore, which is very important, by the way, as you're ascending and communicating with the universe with what you don't want. If you continue to tolerate these low vibrational people in your life, you get more of it. So when you're manifesting, it's like, you're telling the universe what you want and what the paradigm that you want to move into. But in that way, you can also be telling the universe what you want more of, which is, low vibrational people in your life, if you're tolerating it, if you're indulging it. Because the universe really, the universe is not in the manifestation process, the universe does not discriminate between, you know, what serves you and what doesn't serve you. It will give to you what you are attracting. So we've got it, and I'm not preaching at you. This is for me too. Many of us out there, especially light workers, we've really got to be mindful of who we allow in our lives and the vibration we open ourselves up to. The Hermit is also contributing to what I'm talking about. Introspection. really taking a time to assess things in your life and how you need to change them so that you can ascend, so you can evolve in life. Justice, this is the universe working in your best interest, right? If you let it, though, because you can always be put on that detour, by the way, into karmic lessons if you move that way. Justice is about, um, in my readings anyway, and along with Wheel of Fortune, can talk about karma and your karmic debt and keeping your karma clean. But also, and in keeping your karma clean is allowing the universe to deal with people who have wronged you and not being like a spiritual vigilante and, you know, taking any actions to ensure that they get what they deserve, and that revenge is what I'm talking about. And not seeking revenge, because that's always a trap that leads you to karmic debt, bad karma, right? But this is the universe saying, go ahead and continue on your path to ascension, move forward instead of letting people dragging you backwards towards karmic lessons. The universe is going to show you how to do that. If you keep your ears and your heart open to your spirit guides leading you to where you need to be. And Pathiel is coming to mind now. I talk about him often, and he's always been very helpful with me in my ascension after my spiritual awakening, where I always liken him to the angel on your shoulder, the angel and the devil. And the angel is the one that's like, yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you. That's not good for you. That kind of thing. That's Pathiel's very good in keeping you on track to your blessings. So this is your spirit guides and Pathiel, if you call upon him to show you what to do to improve your life. Strength is your inner strength that you have deep within you, and the strength that you can draw upon from spirit and your higher self to get you through to these better times. And here are the better times. Here, Ace of Pentacles. This is your good fortune. So you're well on your way, my beautiful souls. And oh, by the way, you have a desert rose here, which has a beautiful story of each desert rose that's found has um, a beneficial entity attached to it, like a spirit that's willing to help you, almost like the proverbial genie in the bottle, that's found in the desert, right? This is the desert rose. So, but it's also about um, healing and self improvement and that kind of thing, life improvement from someone in the spirit world that really has your best interests at heart. So this is also reminding you to draw strength from your spirit guides. And don't forget to have gratitude for them and gratitude in life. That's for me, I've found that that's the number one way of helping me out of um especially like depressing situations, right? When you can just find just that one little thing that makes you grateful. I'm grateful for having a home to come home to when there are many people who don't have that, you know. I'm grateful for my fur babies that I love very much. That just the one thing. And if you can focus on things that you're grateful for, it can accelerate you on in your chariot forward to your blessings. So beautiful. Enjoy your great fortune that's coming to you. You guys are well on your way to your blessings. I look forward to hearing from you in the comment section. If you're new, um, I gotta tell you, I love hearing from you guys. I respond to every single comment that I get. I love hearing from you guys. Also, like and subscribe. Also, it means a lot to me, so I would appreciate it. Thank you. I have other videos. I have timeless videos. I also do monthly videos for zodiac signs, so you can choose your sign and listen to those every month. Weeklies, I'm not doing yet, but they will be coming soon. Have a look at my page. I will have links below, and I will be speaking to you soon. Love, light, and many, many blessings. Okay, so those of you who chose pile number 4, which is the rose quartz, put that up there. Let's see what we got. We have tea leaves here. Club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Good Lord. I've never gotten that card before. Successful outcome to your problems. Feeling tied down or frustrated. Okay. Before we go any further, I think I want to draw some tarot cards. Huh. 5 of Swords. Against your will. Yeah. You have some. Okay. Gotcha. Got one more coming. And that's it. Okay. So 5 of Swords is, to me, and in my readings, I like to call the last laugh card. Um, and this also has, it often has a dual story where, especially in a reading like this, where there's like a diabolical person depicted here, where you see how this person, there's a guy here. This is the one, I don't know if how well you see it. This is the one where the guy's holding the swords and you have the two people in the back um, who are, defeated and dejected and they look like they're, crying or whatever in the corner. So in the story with you versus this person that's trying to force you to do something, this diabolical person will say, both of you, you can place both of you in both roles here, where the club person is feeling very much satisfied with what he's doing in the front here, and he's feeling good in the fact that they're overpowering you. But in the end, you're going to have the successful outcome, and you're going to turn out. That's why I call it the last laugh card. You are the one who's going to turn out here holding the swords. They may not know that yet, but they're going to learn today. Two of Pentacles talks about you managing the nonsense that you're going through. And it can also talk about how you're protected because of your virtue in this position, right? That you have not done anything wrong. It's this person who's doing, who is the perpetrator, the low vibrational person in this story, right? So people who are in a low vibration and are doing unloving things to others, you know, they may seem like they're winning for a while and they may feel that way, but not for long. There's always a time where, you know, things take a downturn for people like that and they lose in the end. So I say all that to say, in back of this person juggling here, which is you, there's a whole lot of ups and downs of turmoil going on behind him. The ships are really struggling in this choppy water, but you're on shore managing it all. So, and I mean, you may not feel that way in the moment. You may feel like put upon, that this person is really getting the best of you in the moment. But that's okay. That's part of learning. That's part of our journey in life. You know, what doesn't kill us makes us stronger, right? This is a situation that you're being put in to learn how to manage people like this. And that feeling of being put upon and powerless and that kind of thing, that's all of part of the process too. Because in the end, you're going to learn how to overcome this. And the more you're in situations like this, the easier it is to manage these situations. Because I remember in my own life, I cannot tell you how many narcissists that I've dealt with in my life. It's like almost everyone in my life, because I'm an empath, and that happens a lot with empaths. We attract people like that, like bees to honey. I mean, but as I've gone through the years and looking at myself as a child and dealing with these narcissists, it was like, I was very much, um, affected by these people. Now, I can smell the stench of a narcissist a mile away now. And I shut it down before it even starts. That's the kind of thing where, you learn through each of these situations. And by the way, the Eight of Wands here is the wands flying here. This is being overwhelmed, which again, nothing to be ashamed of. This is the kind of thing that these low vibrational people will do to like really stun you, and so that they can get what they want out of you. No, okay, we're done with this. We're done with tarot. Yes, okay. So let's see the rest of these. We might have some other cards to pull after these two. I don't know. We'll see. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. For sure. Taking the time to feel what you feel, especially in an adverse situation, for sure. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. That's one of the things that you're learning in this situation. And every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right minded thinking and the energy of love. Often on the way to that is dealing with unloving actions. Because this club person is very unloving and unconscious. Yeah, see. So you have the Eight of Swords here that is about feeling, and this is very much like the devil as well, where you're feeling um, hopeless and you're feeling like the situation has power over you, where it really doesn't. And narcissists can make you feel like this too, like you're not in control. And this doesn't need to be a conscious feeling, like you're not telling yourself, like, I am not in control, but it's a kind of a feeling, that kind of holds you back and pulls you off your path. Transformation, right? So this is what this person is bringing you that he doesn't know that he's bringing you, or she. There's something good is actually coming from this. That they are helping you in your transformation and in learning how to deal with people like this. And in also steering you towards a higher vibration and away from people like this. And knowing what you don't want and knowing how to spot it later and course correcting early. Next time you can course correct around the fire instead of having to go through it. Or away in the opposite direction of the fire. Oh, you know what I mean. So let's see. Hold on. We'll see what other decks we can. Esther Hicks. Okay. More than one card, Spirit? No, just one card. Okay. So you have. Don't forget to shoot me a like or subscribe, guys. It means a lot to me. And looking forward to hearing from you in the comments. I I will be answering all of you. Okay. So this deck is too big for me to shuffle. Its cards are enormous. So I have a different way of extracting the cards than shuffling. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Okay. One of these. On. One of these. Nope. This one. I do not need to monitor my thoughts. Hmm. Rather than trying to monitor your thoughts, pay attention to how you're feeling. For if you should choose a thought not in harmony with your broader intentions, you will feel the discord. Yes, I suppose this goes very well with the Eight of Swords here. For if you should choose a thought not in harmony with your broader intentions, you'll feel the discord, and then you can redirect your thought to something that feels and therefore serves you better. Huh. Wow, guys, you know what? Um, it's rare nowadays because, I've been reading for quite a few years now. But And those of you who are interested in tarot, it's always good to have a tarot journal, by the way. And it was suggested to me when I was still learning many years ago, um, because there is there are the meanings of the cards in the traditional books, but then there are meanings that you derive for each card in your own readings. Um, like this last lap card that I have is my own interpretation. Anyway, so I'm saying all that to say that I just added a meaning to this card where um, the swords always mean thoughts. Swords are air energy, which is thoughts. Um, but she's blindfolded. So there is a message coming from this card that says that you should be using your heart and not your minds and paying attention to your feelings. Very important for this card. These go together well. Um, I'm evolving as a tarot reader all the time, and here it is. But anyway, for you, monitoring how you feel, that's another thing that just came to me. You know how they say that you, what people don't often remember what you said, but they remember how you made them feel, which is very important here. How is this person, and it also applies to gaslighting as well. You know, a person can be spewing a whole lot of words out of their mouth, but how is it making you feel? Are you feeling belittled? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling anger? Whatever it is that you're feeling can be what you should be following and not what you're hearing or saying to yourself. Right? Because often there can be two things, what's being said and what's being felt. So, and this extra Esther Hicks card is talking about following in this situation what you feel, which is interesting. You didn't get any cup cards, but no matter. Okay? It's a beautiful reading. I love seeing readings like this because I'm very um I can very much relate to them because like I said, I've been in this situation many, many times with knuckleheads who trounce on upon others, you know. So, but be grateful for the opportunity to learn how to deal with people like this because you will become an expert in dealing with people like the club here. So, you know, healing energy, strength, and many, many blessings to you.